guys? We're back with another video. If you are new here, my name is Sammy and we are the Mermaid Gang. This is where you can come and cancel, trash, demolish, burn your disbelief. I am your favorite manifestation coach and your favorite YouTuber, Hannah. And if you would like for me to help you burn, trash, demolish, whatever's between you and your manifestation, go ahead and sign up for coaching with me below. It's always in the description box. Now, we have been doing a series based on my free Facebook group, which is also listed in the description box. Always make sure you fill out all 4 questions. Well, 3 questions, and you have to check a box that says you like agree again, because we have a lot of people who agree 2 times, don't read the pin post, and then break the damn rules and get blocked and then want to know why. That's why, because you broke the rules, because you didn't read them. So do that. Anyways, the series is based out of my free Facebook group and it's really fun. I like to ask, what's your experience with this? What is your opinion on this? Give me some success stories so that I can see that this has actually worked for you. It's not just an opinion, whatever. So I want to do right now, today, I want to do some reality shifting stories. So basically a conclusion, well, not, I wouldn't say conclusion, but a discovery lately, or maybe an epiphany based on experience and success stories and like things I've been asking. Just, you know, I like to deepen my understanding as much as possible. It's just what I do, because I feel like the best way to learn more is not by going and searching other teachers or anything like that. It is by asking my platform. I built a whole platform. I have 25,000 people in the group. Who better to ask than you guys what your experiences are with these things? So that's what I do. So now I want to talk about reality shifting. And this epiphany that I mentioned, or this research study where my answers have really concluded to reality shifting, is because we've been talking about like manifesting out of thin air. Do we believe that it's more so just a shift? Like Neville called it states, but I think he was referring to reality shifting. You know, you've heard people talk about the fact that there are infinite realities. Some people misconstrue it. I'm not talking about Harry Potter world in your dreams. That's lucid dreaming. I am talking about the reason why you can literally have anything you want. I'm talking about why you can manifest out of thin air. I'm talking about why you can revise things. I'm talking about why you can literally go from one person with this specific life experience one day to the next day being a whole different person with all new experiences opening up to them, a new appearance. I mean, why you can change these things so quickly if you know, believe that you can, or even with a time delay, why you can slowly shift if that's what it takes for you. You can do it instantly, I'm just saying. Ignore my lashes, okay, because I'm like holding out until right before vacation to get them filled, so don't judge me. I don't judge you. So yeah, I want to talk about reality shifting. Because we're told there's infinite realities, which means there's no limit. If you can, this is why, if you can desire something, you can have it, because your desire comes from your God self. And if it wasn't able for you, like if it wasn't available to you, you wouldn't be able to desire it. If it wasn't doable, you wouldn't be able to desire it. Okay? Now, a lot of you ask me questions about certain things that I don't answer or speak on, and that's because I don't have any personal experience with things. I don't answer questions about things that I don't know, that I don't answer questions about things that I haven't personally done. I always encourage you to test it, but there's nothing impossible to you. I'm telling you that, okay? There is nothing impossible to you. Whatever you desire, no matter how impossible the world has told you it is. If you desire it, there is a reality in one of the infinite ones where that thing is the way you want it to be. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. It's your job to build your belief in yourself, in your power, to access that reality, okay? That's it. So, what I believe is that it's different realities. I gave an example in my previous video about how, like, you lost your keys and then all of a sudden they're on the table. Or you know they weren't there. You know. You're not crazy. You didn't overlook them. You know they weren't there. Well, they weren't. In the reality where you had lost your keys, of course they weren't there, because you're in a reality where you've lost your keys. But the second you think from, I have my keys, I found my keys, you shifted slightly into a almost identical reality, except in this one, you have your keys, which is why they seemingly manifested out of thin air. They did, because you shifted into a reality where you had them. They were no longer lost. Okay? Does that make sense? That's as clear as I know to explain it, but I'm going to read you some stories from my group. These are my viewers, my group members, and their personal experiences. These are not collections from the internet. These are real people that I've asked in my group for their experiences. So, I'm gonna read you the post that I posted, and then I'm going to read you the stories. I said, I wanna talk about parallel realities. My real goal is to make the impossible normal and common, which it is. So, what are some times that you know you shifted? I think we shift subtly so that only the subject changes. Such as if I lose my keys, but I assume I have them, I would shift to reality that looks all the same, except for now the keys are here, okay? So, because people worry about changing, if they revise something or change something, that they're gonna change so many things. No, you just shift where that one thing is altered. Because there's infinite realities. There is a slightly adjacent reality. There's a slightly different reality right next to the one you're in now, where this one thing is different. I read a story, a success story somewhere, about someone revising her dog's age because she didn't want her dog to get old and, you know, go anywhere. Trust me, I feel that. Mine ain't going nowhere, okay? She revised her dog's age. She decided her dog was not 11, her dog was 8. And she shifted to a reality where that dog was 8 years old, is 8 years old, instead of 11. And also her other dog's age changed too, because she loves her dogs, as we all do. The whole bunch of things didn't change. Her entire reality wasn't altered, just the dog's age, and the people around her who knew her dogs, their idea of the dog's age changed too. They believed, no, this dog is literally 8 years old. I don't know what you're talking about. This dog was not 11. You're nuts. She literally argued with these people because she remembered, but people in her reality were like, no, your dog's 8. Calm down. That is a good example. Anyway, into my stories, or into my group member stories. What I asked was, what are some times you know you shifted? Even if it's with a revision, it's just a shift in realities, but it's not going to unravel your whole world. Just the thing you wanted. Do you agree? And what are your stories? So, of course, my people come with the stories. Because when you have that many people, they're bound to have experienced. Somebody in my group is bound to have experienced it, right? Well, hundreds have, so. I ran out of soap in my bathroom a couple weeks before, and a piece of it just appeared. And another soap that was different. This was just over a week ago. I want to learn to jump and make drastic changes. Hell yeah. A few days ago, my baby came up to me in the kitchen and had a cut on her chin. She put scratch/cut on her chin. I held her and asked if she was okay. She said she was fine, but when I was holding her and cleaning it, I was thinking how I wish she didn't get hurt, like super casually. The next day, it was completely gone, like it was never there. I still don't know if I revised it or dreamt it. I believe that sometimes when we shift, the old reality feels like maybe like, oh, that must have been just a dream. Because your logical mind's like, there's got to be an explanation. No, there's not. You just shifted. I also completely revised my relationship with my kid's dad. The concept of switching realities is so interesting to me and it resonates a lot. That is why I keep affirming that everything in my life is always perfect. I always have more than enough money. I'm loved. Everyone else says their world is going bad or worse, but not ours. That's correct, not ours. I know this has happened to me and recently, but after the fact, the new reality feels so normal that I forgot. Okay, here's a strange one I remembered. A family member plays musical instruments professionally. He recently decided to have some older ones worked on because they hadn't been played in a long time and needed some repair work. He was absolutely certain that one of them was made in a particular year, which was an okay year for that instrument, but not a great one. Instruments are known to be better made and thus more valuable in certain years of manufacture. When he took it out of the storage to check it, the instrument itself had changed years of manufacture, as proven by the marking on the instrument itself. It is now one of the ones made in the best years of that model, making it much more valuable than it was before. See, in one reality, he had one that was okay, because it was made in not such a good year, but then shifted, and all of a sudden, the instrument is made in a year that was more beneficial to him. Yes, small shifts. All of his other reality looks the same except for that one thing that he wanted different. A few weeks ago, I was running late to drop off my kids to school. I checked my phone and it was 7:30. This is where I said time is an illusion, guys. When we were walking out the door. We all got in the car and I thought how I wish time would go by slower. I checked my phone again and it was 7:29. I'm still confused. I've read a lot of you guys in my group and in other places saying, you know, how you stopped time, how you fast forwarded time. Time is not real. Time is whatever you think it is. Time is an illusion. I was watching a series yesterday and I was like, man, when is season 2 coming out? It must be this month. And to be honest, I had no idea. I was like, I'm just gonna affirm it, and then I'm just gonna affirm. And then I checked it and it literally said today, March 8th. So I think I shifted to what I wanted and was thinking by just selecting and shifting to the already existing parallel reality. I know this is small, but it felt good. I don't think that's small at all. I don't think there's any small manifestations. I lost my flash drive in my room and I swore I looked right in that area of my desk and did not see it. Then randomly, a day later, I saw it right in the same place that it wasn't in. Just like my example of the keys. I was a chemistry major and I definitely remember discussing this one in one of my physics classes and the fact that scientifically it was possible. I have experienced this myself and it felt like deja vu. Like one time I went to the store to buy something and it was sold out, but then at checkout it was in my cart. Even the salesperson asked where I found it because they've been sold out of this item for a while. I've had a couple of instant manifestations which I feel is a shift in reality, yes. One of them was recent. My dog had hurt his leg and I was on the bed comforting him and I had him in an ideal position to apply medication. Then I realized that his medication was on the table behind me. If I moved, he would definitely shift from the ideal position I had him in. But anyways, I just turned to get up and lo and behold, the medicine was right next to me. I didn't have to move an inch. Another one was me searching for a lighter. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find one, but I felt myself walking to a cupboard, putting my hands into a jacket pocket and fetching out a lighter. I do not know for sure that it wasn't there before. Oh, I do know for sure that it wasn't there before. I really want to intentionally do major shifts because I know it's possible. Yes, it is. Damn, I feel like all my videos are super long. Sorry guys, not really shy. You probably don't care. I did that when I was traveling. My gate was so far away and I didn't want to walk with my luggage. As I turned to look at the airport screens, I saw my gate just changed. Then I got a notification from the airline app that the new gate was a few feet from me. I didn't know back then about LOA though, and I'm pretty sure I shifted. Yeah, you definitely did. When I discovered some new manifesting teaching several months ago, I shifted so hard that my memory was messed up for days and I could barely deal with my house and my boyfriend. It was like I was having an out-of-body experience. I shift into a free, peaceful state when I script and affirm in all areas of my life. I had a laptop since grad school, bought it back in 2010. Never had any issues with it. Well, at the end of 2020, the camera quit working out of nowhere. I was on a Zoom call at the time and the audio was fine, but no one could see me. I didn't even really affirm that the camera was fixed. I just made up in my mind that I was not buying a new laptop at that time. About a week later, I had no more issues out of the camera. It was good as new. The biggest one for me was in October 2021. I had been affirming desperately to shift realities until one day I got fed up before falling asleep. I said, tomorrow I will wake up in my desired reality because I fucking said so. Next day rolls around and my SP wasn't magically in my bed, so I didn't think much about it. I go to class, I'm a grad student, and my friend that bikes to class that had a baby blue bicycle for the past 9 weeks suddenly showed up in the same bicycle but in baby pink. I stared at her for a long time, and when she asked me what was wrong, I said, isn't your bike blue? To which she replied, what are you talking about? My bike has been pink since I bought it 2 years ago. I went about my day deeply confused until a light bulb hit me. I was in a different reality. I have seen a lot of people's birthdays change. Maybe I shifted into another reality. Yes, you did. Growing up, I always had the memory that my feet were a size 7. I was wearing that shoe size for a few good years. Then when I reached my teens, my shoe literally went smaller and went to a size 6. I couldn't explain why or how because my feet didn't get shorter or smaller. Till this day, I'm still a size 6. That was definitely a shift in parallel realities. Yeah, I definitely believe that. When I first learned about manifesting, I was nervous about it. My family is very religious, and so manifesting was foreign to me. I remember telling my sister about it, and she said manifesting was a crock of shit and she didn't want to hear about it. A year later, I obviously had immense faith that this is how the world works, meaning manifestation. And by chance, I'm in a conversation with my sister again. I'm the one that told her, you know it's not a crock of shit, it's real. And she replies, yeah, of course it's real. I manifested my husband when I was 16. I asked her, but don't you remember telling me this is bullshit? And she had no recollection of it and denied ever saying that. So you shifted to a reality where your sister shared your belief. I am manifesting through parallel realities, and I believe ever since that I have less resistance because I don't have to fight my 3D or any contradicting belief. If ever my mind says that it's not true, oh, this didn't happen this way, I say yes it did because that was another reality. And the reality I'm living in now, those things never happened. This never happened, and the new story is automatically created. I don't feel like I'm faking anything. If I feel low, I just affirm that I have shifted in a reality where this happened, and I have this. I'm the best version and all of that. I've had a few experiences with parallel realities as well. I don't know if it's valid, but after a while back after discovering LOA, I always wanted to have purple eyes. But in my reality, it was impossible. So I said, fuck it, it is possible. Then I came across that it is actually possible, and some people have purple eyes. I decided last year, the whole month of January, I wanted it to rain and storm a little bit at night, and it did every day. I live in a desert climate. It does not rain much, and when it does, it's in April for a few days. I have lived in this area for a long time. I mentioned to a neighbor that it has been raining every day in January. The neighbor replied that January is always like that. Not from what I recall. This January, I didn't intend for that, so there wasn't really any rain. I suspected that I was in a reality where that was true. Lots of rain in January last year. Yes, that's exactly what it was. I agree. I actually came to this realization myself. I shifted multiple times last week for minor changes. Everything else is the exact same except for a few things that I wanted. There's an infinite amount of realities, like so many possibilities. Everything can be the same in a different reality except for one tiny detail. I personally believe that every time you affirm negative or positive, you automatically shift. I don't think it's something we can control because it's part of the manifestation process, if that makes sense. Because like if creation is already finished, then that makes more sense to us as to why there are infinite realities you can jump to by just affirming for your desires. That's why you can experience different versions of people, things, places, and even yourself. It's also why revision works, and people have different memories because you shifted. So of course they can only remember what you revise in that reality. I want to add that shifting realities is super easy too. All you have to do is affirm, and when it gets imprinted on your subconscious, you shift in that reality. I don't believe you can see the world shifting when you jump to that it's really fast and probably something our human bodies can't see because it would freak us out probably. It was almost 3 years ago before discovering the law. I knew about the law of attraction very well at that time. We shifted to a new home. I set our washing machine on the first floor in the laundry area. I said to my husband, it would have been really convenient if there was an extra tap down here. After 2 days, when I came to that portion of the house, I saw an extra tap there. Not a new one, but as old as the other tap. I was very surprised. I showed it to my husband. He said it wasn't there before. My daughter said the same thing. When I told my mother about this weird incident, she said it's not something special. Sometimes we can't see things that are right before her eyes. I told her that my husband and daughter also couldn't see the tap before, but she wasn't impressed. Now I know what happened that day. I shifted realities. One thing I forgot to mention is I already took photos in my mobile of that house just to prove my truth. I checked the pictures. There was each and every picture, even a picture of our washing machine, but only thing the picture was missing was the taps in that picture. I swear I took that picture. Yeah, you shifted. You shifted and there was now what you needed. Okay, this video is already too long. I need to move on to another one. Let me know if you want me to read more from that post, or you can join the group and go read stories from that post, because there is a lot. Obviously I can't get through them all. This video is already too freaking long. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we out.